Whoop, whoop. What's up, Bearcats? We're in the house. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's HMG After Dark, pal. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you had a great 4th of July holiday celebration. Hope you made it through the weekend with all of your fingers intact, pal. Let's close it off with some Lucha Underground. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Lab Rat? Good to see you, pal. Let's test on you tonight. Hope it's some good stuff. Whoop, whoop. So let's go ahead and hit play on this. We are watching Season 1, Episode 17 of Lucha Underground on dailymotion.com on the Wolf Vision Wrestling channel. Already went through the ads. Ready to hit play. So we're going to do the countdown. And hit play on play in 3, 2, 1, play. I need to turn the volume up on this. Oh, it is the max volume. Shit, okay. All right, so you got kind of a, yeah, it's not the best sound, but we can deal, I think. Okay, while we're doing go to the video package, let's do a let them know on Facebook that we live, pal. Yeet yeet. Yeah, me, Big Rick, pal, the guy that they all stabbed in the all you stabbed in the back. We're going to the temple, Deuce. Whoop, whoop.
First match in Lucha Underground, but most importantly, his first match in my sacred temple. It's true. Well, I was thinking Alberto Patron versus Ricky Martin. I want you would get the picture. Need some warming up. How about Alberto Patron tonight versus Famous B? Match like that, maybe give me a week or two to promote. How about Alberto Patron?
Oh, nice. I have not heard that. I not even know he did an interview with Bill after, but yeah, like just from what I've seen on camera with him, he clearly gets it. Like, and the fact that he's gotten over just from a few appearances. Or I should say gotten over like he has just off a few appearances.
Who doesn't think of it? It does sound like the making of a great main event. Like I said, tonight's a historic night. She is digging it, brother. Oh, yeah. First time in the Lucha Underground ring, Alberto El Patron will be in action. And
That's tremendous, Lab Rat. That is amazing. So yeah, he found the game and he plays it out, as Ben always says.
score may be settled tonight, right now, and this one, brother, has gotten personal.
Lucha is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from beyond the grave.
Get me Mil Muertes, pal.
Unforgiving presence above it in the ring, man. Striker. Muertes, arguably the most powerful luchador here in Lucha Underground. A very different style. Smack him out, if you will. Definitely different style. It's called beatings when he can't get up anymore. You know, with the fist on the seal, that's something we've come to know and expect.
Whoop, whoop. I think we're gonna do a little smoky tokey right here. Whoop whoop. Let's get it, get it. Nice, very cool. Yeah, I want to like. I don't think I want to see something like the crazy supernatural cinematic character killing off. We haven't seen. At least so far, we haven't seen it yet, but I know it's coming. Because like I remember reading something. Doesn't Mil Muertes like die in storyline and then comes back from the grave to wrestle?
Phoenix came in at number 1 and now stepped in there. Mil Muertes came in at number 20.
Whoop whoop.
Very valuable in every deal, though, for the Lucha Underground Championship. That can't sit well with Mil. It's just the only way around. One-on-one victory against this monster, Mil Muertes.
Dude, yeah, I remember later, like in like the late 2010s, early 2020s, like TNA kind of adopted that a little bit. Like they killed off they did like a Undead Realm thing where the bunny Allie was killed off, and because she was not re-signing a new contract and went to AEW. They did the same thing with or something similar with who was it? I can't remember her name. Josh Matthews' wife. Madison Rayne. Yes, Madison Rayne.
Big right hand from Neil. Neil notices Katrina's presence as well. I'm confused here because she's here to support. I mean, it should be Phoenix, but she's got this long history with Neil Marcus. I mean, sooner or later, because of her, somebody's going to make a mistake, and it could be over. I'm talking about the sultry silent Katrina. But back to the action now. Mil Muertes on the floor. Phoenix in the mats, the blue mats.
And where has Su Yung been on TNA? Like, remember, we saw her as like the undead bride, and she was pregnant, and then she was never shown again after that.
Many people feel that Neil's failure to win the Lucha Underground title may have turned Katrina.
Really, an ad right now? Looks like I could skip at least this one. Yeah, I can't skip that one, unfortunately.
And the best partner is the one who
Whoop, whoop.
trust Ranger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime, like our smoked sausage biscuit. And
Oh, I can skip this one. Shit.
goodness in the making. Phoenix knows how to beat Mil Muertes. Phoenix understands what it takes to pin a man with such stature that Neil has. That's a hell of a call on your part, you know what I mean? Not many people can say they walked away, you know, with a victory, let alone with their life from this guy, Mil Muertes. Each week, new contenders are born here in Lucha Underground. Phoenix has been grounded. Here lies Phoenix. Oh, wow. What was that? Still not enough, though. Neil could have easily went for the cover and perhaps the win there. But the Goozle brings Phoenix back up to his feet now. Neil finds Katrina. They lock eyes. Brother, when you Goozle somebody like that, you know it means one thing, brother. This is hatred. Liner, Neil's signature maneuver.
Muerte's over, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Katrina's loyalty seems to be towards success, and now Neil summoning. Was this the plan all along? I don't know what's going on here. As customary after Mil Muertes' victory, the hashtag lick of the day. And Katrina is denying Neil. Good, not good. No. Phoenix seems to hold the power with the stone. Phoenix has been leery of affairs of the heart, as they will distract you from your goal. But a chivalrous Phoenix comes to Katrina's aid. He just got whooped by the stone. The stone from the rubble from which Neil has once emerged. Now maybe the action which Phoenix flies. What's she doing? Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw that. I saw that too, Lab Rat. Yeah, completely killed off his aura. Completely killed off his character's aura. Like anything about him being a dangerous beast, that's dead. That's gone. All to make his girlfriend happy and do something on TikTok. Oh, Katrina really kissing Phoenix, pal. Dude, here's what really works. Here's what Phoenix is great at. Even though you can't see a lot of his face, he still has great facial expressions. He still sells great with his face under a mask, which that's a skill right there. Right, exactly. Plus, his character is the Beast. He's this monster that destroys people. He doesn't do dances on TikTok with his girlfriend. I gotta turn my fan off. One sec. Whoop, whoop.
Him go 2 weeks ago. I know. I got your text, email, boy. But the thing is, no offense to Angelico, but one victory over him does not make you a #1 contender.
Oh, for real, dude. These vignettes are the best I've ever seen done in wrestling.
So, if you really want to prove to me that you're a worthy competitor in my tempo, next week.
This is like Lucha Underground is the direction the business should have went in the mid to late 2010s.
Put him inside the ring as a guest referee. Havoc, I hope you can control your woman inside the ring as well as she controls you out of it. No. The door.
Here's what's great about Dario Cueto as a character. He's like chaotic or villainous. I would say villainous neutral, is that the only side he's on is himself. Like, I'll drive whatever wedge wherever I want to drive it. I just want to create entertainment and good content.
That if you want to survive, you gotta need to man up. Because next time you see Cage, you have to make sure you let all that aggression out, amigo, because you're going to need it. Una cosa más. I would pay close attention to my master. Because
Yeah, those. Yeah, not having a big enough reach, that's definitely a thing. But yeah, the consistency, I think that more than anything might have hurt it the most, because like you got to like know when to tune in. It's got to be there, like it's going to be there at this time on this day. That's why with me, I'm like, with me, Collision's like how can anybody keep up with that? Like sometimes it's it's a second hour of a 4-hour block on Wednesdays, and then it's on live on Thursday, and then taped on Saturday. Oh wait, live on Saturday. Like, yo, what's up, Sonic the Hedge Rat? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. Always good hanging out with you this weekend too, man. Always a pleasure. Whoop whoop. So we got Big Rick. Dude, man, watching this, here's one thing I've picked up from watching this is Sexy Star. Man, where would she be right now if she didn't go into business for herself and shoot on Rosemary? Where would she be right now? It was, Sonic. It was a great weekend. I'm glad to hear yours was as well.
I'm Bob.
I'm Berna.
And we're Lita for life.
Hit me one eye, Rick, pal.
Isn't just the name of our exclusive lifetime warranty. Lita for life.
I'm Bob.
I'm Berna.
And we're Lita
So I gotta do some ad skipping here.
Lita for life isn't.
Yeah, this is on Daily Motion on the Wolf Vision Wrestling channel.
Lita for life isn't. This is the biggest challenge, Matt. The always I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know, an appetizer.
Yeah, and at least Lucha Underground tries to make a match like Sexy Star versus Big Rick makes sense. So I'm interested to actually watch the match and see how they do this. Again, I haven't seen this, but to me, this story would make the most amount of sense. These two just throw down. Sexy Star gets a shit beat out of her, but she keeps getting back up, earns Big Rick's respect. The crew beat both of them down and realize, you know what, we should team together. I don't know what the story ends up being. I'm just guessing that'd be the logical direction to go with this. He's got one eye, pal. Yeah, and the way they shoot these matches too. All right, one second, I gotta switch mouses. I'm at the 21-minute. I'm sorry, it's a 22-minute mark. Whoop, whoop. Okay, the result ended up being different than I thought it was, but it still had the same ending. Got the crew running out to take out. We'll see how this plays out before we call it. All right, this is really well. This is really well done. I'm liking this.
watching with a sick smile on his face. Brother, here comes watch out, watch out, watch out. They're back on the attack on Rick. Uh-oh, that's it. The copper, did you hear that? The eye patches because of what these men did with a cigar. Now it looks like Cortez Castro is going to stick into the eye. Rick realizes what was about to happen. Rick has exploded.
Yeah, this is the big babyface comeback for Big Rick right here.
Big Rick got what he wanted. Big Rick will get a 3-on-1 match with the crew, and you can only imagine what the fallout may be.
Eye for an eye. Yeah, and it's actually Lucha Underground would have actually made that match work too. Whoop whoop.
He was an icon. He was a man that millions idolized, but no one more than me. I wanted to, so I took his famous mask and I became Dos Caras Jr. The mask brought me global success, but there was one place that I had yet to conquer. In America, I had the chance to create a new legend by redefining myself. And I became a household name, a hero to millions. But as one hand patted me on the back, the other one slapped me in the face. And after years of success, they disrespected me. So I had to leave.
Yeah, y'all know Americano's the greatest of all time. Whoop whoop.
Still eluded. In December 7th, 2014, that dream was realized. As I became the first luchador ever to hold every major title in North America by defeating Tejano for the. So you ask me why come to Lucha Underground? Because I want to conquer America, but in my own terms. Industry sends shivers up your spine. This is one of them. How about that? What are my terms? This to dominate in the ring. I've been a star in my home country, Mexico. I've been a star here in the United States. And I have come to Lucha Underground, not just to be a star.
Oh yeah, that arm breaker, that arm breaker onto the knees. I actually used that as a regular move when I was wrestling. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I'm stealing that.
anyone could try to hold that. Alberto. Of course, you're already with. For the first time ever, he'll compete in the Lucha Underground ring.
All right, I like how that was shot to make him look and produced, make him look like kind of like an action movie star.
Triple H. The Tejano has earned it. The Tejano fought his way to the ranks in Mexico and in Japan, all over the world. I agree 100% with the Tejano. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you do.
Yeah, you got and this great announce team of Matt Striker and Vampiro, like they just gel so well together.
History in the making here. This is the first time on American soil. Yes.
Yeah, get me Raquel's old ring gear, pal.
Important part is the
Oh shit, Granger ad.
and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Granger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
The ones who pay attention to every little detail.
Oh jeez. All right, so I got a trio of Granger ads here, pal.
Thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hiring construction technicians to help bring high-speed internet access to rural communities. Whether you're laying fiber
Oh, we got Spectrum.
aerial lines,
So third one's a
you'll be
Spectrum,
part of
pal.
the team connecting people to what matters most. With great pay, robust benefits, and progression programs that help you grow your career and your earning potential. At Spectrum, your hard work will build our network. Apply today at jobs.spectrum.com/tech. That's jobs.spectrum.com/tech.
Wrestling with those guys.
And we're back, pal. Yeet yeet.
Kids in the kitchen eyeing each other up, knowing one thing, that they would be in this position. It's a great point. You never know who you share a locker room with. You see the same people going up the ladder that you do going down. Standing side headlock now. He's got it in tight. Yep, Tejano negating Alberto's size and height advantage. Alberto now looking to create some space. Sends Tejano off the ropes. Experience. Leapfrog from El Patron. Tip-top. He's high. Only a Lucha Underground you're going to see wrestling of this quality. Cannot confine a true man. Now Alberto is free to do what he will. Although Tejano stands in the way. Well, he was confined. He tried to run in the front door to the face. And feeling Tejano calm, in control of his emotions. This is a different kind of style than we're used to seeing. We will not see a lot of the high flying and the big dives over the top rope. This is going to be a fight. Big suit. Yes, of course. Personal. Tejano enjoying the success, the money that comes with being champion. Belongs to Alberto El Patron. The Lucha roots go deep. Oh, uh-oh. That was not nice. Hang on. Count along and home. Definitely a different pace, Matt. We're up in the action like two fans watching heavyweights knocking down the walls. Alberto's a little bit cocky here, pie facing him. I don't know if I'd be doing that. Anytime, sometimes the natural sounds tell a better story. Tejano on the move. Whoa! That's a lot of weight to fall out. Against the Lucha Underground to influence these men. Man, that looks just like his father and his famous Uncle Neil Muscle. The believers on their feet here in the temple. While Alberto is known by many names, can you enlighten me as to the significance of the name El Patron? El Patron.
Bro.
Boss of bosses, dude. That's putting it in someone's face. You know what I mean?
So I apologize, guys. Some had a little mind worm has kind of gotten in my head about Kurt Cobain and his death. His credit card. During the I saw this online. I actually saw the what was it? The Unsolved Mysteries. They actually showed Kurt Cobain's credit card record from 4/2/94 to 4/8/94. Let me stop right there in a second. Not acknowledge this. Whoop whoop. Bro, man, it was a pleasure hanging with you, man. Like you, Lab Rat, Todd, Gruss, Gam. And I apologize if I'm forgetting anybody. If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm a little bit fucked up as usual. But yeah, like seriously, y'all, like you, I consider you guys. I can legit consider you guys my friends and my family. Whoop whoop. And this weekend was probably one of the most fun weekends I've had in a long time because of you guys. Yeah, pal. Whoop whoop. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. They during the Unsolved Mysteries, they showed Kurt Cobain's credit card record from April 2nd, 1994 through April 8th, 1994. Before we go any further, the coroner declared that Kurt Cobain had died on April 5th. So who was using his credit card on April 5th and the 8th? The day that his body was found. That right there should raise some suspicion. But here's the thing that I'm shocked nobody's ever talked about. So it showed the first purchase was on 4/2/94 when he first left the rehab in California and flew to Seattle. Like that purchase went through, says approve. About 40 minutes later, it shows him purchasing, about 40 to 50 minutes later, it shows him purchasing 2 more Delta Air tickets that show pickup CD. Wait. Why is Kurt Cobain purchasing 2 plane tickets for after he arrives in Seattle? Two plane tickets he never picked up. And then again, you see purchases on 4-5, 3 purchases on 4-5 for travel entertainment. Oh yeah, the price differences between so Kurt is dead, basically dead on the 5th. All the purchases before that, the first one $478, and then 150, 150, 150, 886, 86. All right, then he's dead. And then here's the travel entertainment purchases: 2,000, 4,000, 1,500, 43. I mean, wouldn't she have access to those since she was the one who, called the credit card company? She said this herself. She is on tape admitting this herself. She called the credit card companies and told them to cut Kurt off. Is that maybe why he couldn't get the plane tickets? Because he got cut off? Courtney making sure he stayed in Seattle and couldn't leave?
Has been in many wars. This is nothing new to him, Matt. He's not intimidated.
Where she had contacts to keep an eye on him? While she was in LA with an alibi ready to go? Oh, the old turnbuckle spot, pal. Oh, wait, it's a distraction, pal. Sonic, have you ever heard about how what was it? Courtney's original plan was she was expecting, like, if you look at it, would be a really deep dive to put the pieces together, but basically Courtney tried to, like, you could make the case allegedly that the case could be made that Courtney tried to set up a scenario where it looked like the two of her and Kurt had a suicide pact. Something on her end went wrong and she didn't die, whereas Kurt's did. However, it wasn't really him killing himself. He was killed by one of her contacts, and it was staged to look like a suicide.
Lita for life isn't just the.
Oh no! Damn! Now I'm getting. Sorry. I know this is Lucha Underground, but now I'm going down like old rabbit holes from my teenage years on the internet. So then, we're talking about paying like somebody. Yo, what's up, Swerve Show? Good to see you, pal. Yeah, man, Moose. But you already knew that. Whoop whoop. How you doing, man? Hope all's well with you. Yeet yeet. Well, here's a kind of a thing that throws fuel to that fire. There is there was, I should say, a singer of a band called the Mentors, who became so notorious for their vulgar lyrics that Tipper Gore read their lyrics on the House of Representatives floor to try to ban music or try to put, ban that type of music. Well, by the early 90s, they kind of had fizzled out. However, their lead singer happened to be friends and used to and party with Courtney Love. He makes the claim that in 93, she approached him offering him 50 grand. I want you to kill my husband, make it look like a suicide. He thought it was a joke. And but he said he was serious and was in, but something ended up happening and they never really sealed the deal, made it official. And then the thing happened, and that's when this dude, the lead singer, went public with it. Or I should say, he didn't go public with it until I think, or big time with it until he appeared in the documentary Kurt and Courtney that came out in '97. And then the story came out too that like he laid out like he took a polygraph test. Like this dude took a polygraph test, and the way he laid out the entire scenario and story of that day and that conversation with him and Courtney Love about murder Kurt Cobain, make it look like a suicide, you get 50 grand. Like they said, there's no way, like the odds of him lying are impossible. So then this same dude tells his story in a interview for a documentary that called Kurt and Courtney that's released in '97. While that movie is still being produced, he's mysteriously killed on train tracks after being hit by a train. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. All right, so we got a cage match with Mundo and King Cuerno, pal. Good stuff. Good stuff. Like this is right around when Marvel started doing the thing where putting their scenes in the credits. So Lucha Underground, of course, them being forward thinking at that time, they adopted that and they put their cliffhangers in the credits. Which is brilliant stuff, pal. And then we got an ad break here going to see episode 18.
Spectrum is hiring construction technicians to help bring high-speed internet access to rural communities. Laying fiber underground or working aerial lines, you'll be part of the team connecting people to what matters most. With great
If you really want to prove to me that you're a worthy competitor next week, rematch with Angelico. I'm gonna put Son of Havoc as a guest referee.
It's a grudge. Johnny Mundo pinned him and it's a forfeit. The arrow of death. What did the
Here's one thing I will always go to. I have no problem going to war with the sickos and the weirdos and the super marks in wrestling. If you really cared about wrestling, if you really love wrestling, you want as many people coming in to watch it as possible. Grow it, make it bigger, make it span across as many different, continents, countries, cultures, demographics, whatever you want to call it. You want to make it for everybody, or make it in a way where you can have different products of wrestling that can. But yeah, if you really loved wrestling, why would you gatekeep it? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you can, like, if wrestling grew and became a, I mean, it actually has grown, become a worldwide, product. Like, what does it hurt you if somebody else has a product that knows that they like, that you might like? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, there's something for you, there's something for you, something for everybody, but at its core, it's still wrestling.
Listen to the fans. They know the call. They know the signs. Cero miedo. No. His opponents.
Whoop, whoop.
We still don't know about Vinny Massaro, so whoever Pentagon's opponent is here tonight certainly has a tall order in front of him.
His opponent from Mexico City, Mexico.
And Ben, we mentioned Pentagon's prior opponents, no slight to those others, but this opponent, Arhennis, is a different caliber. Perhaps this is a test for Pentagon. We're definitely going to see a bigger level of competition, no doubt about it. And Pentagon is fighting out bigger chunks of the pie here, brother. Of course, we documented Arhennis' lineage in the industry. Mr. Seeds, of course, his brother taking the world by storm. Lucha is in the heritage and the bloodline of Arhennis, no doubt about it. Arhennis is carrying the AAA flag here to the States for his family. I wonder, you can tell by Arhennis there in the red, Pentagon in the black, what's going through Arhennis' mind. Here we go. A little bit of fear, maybe. Look at the way he's just stopping. You know what I love about Pentagon, man? I just like that attitude of aggressivity. Okay, Pentagon has been alluding to this master that seems to be driving Pentagon's rage. But he says animal. That's a little above master. It's almost like an entity. Pentagon with the leapfrog on his. Pentagon rolling through. It's all fun and games. There's some of the pitches tonight, man. Arhennis should enjoy a speed advantage, whereas Pentagon will have just a speed streak advantage, is evident, right? Oh, great switching of the hips by Arhennis. Cover here. Referee Rick knocks us down. Hook the leg. Good point. Didn't hook the leg. Somebody said he didn't have an eagle, but I just saw a little bit of it there. Oh. In recent years, we haven't seen anyone dispatch Pentagon with such fervor. That's right. Arhennis using the ring as a weapon. Wonderfully done. It's a moonsault to the floor. It's almost like you're going for a jump shot. Speaking of jump shots, three-time NBA champ AC Green here.
Allegedly.
Three aforementioned luchadors taking away their livelihood, taking away their right to an ability to earn a living. The entire locker room is leery of Pentagon. Man, I don't it's a locker room, dude. I think it's anybody who's thinking about stepping in the ring. Not here. This does not bode well. Cover chest to chest. No! Bad news is coming. I feel it. Sporting injuries to his counting hand. The Iron Mike Sharp of officiating here in Lucha Underground. What's up with that, man? Back to the action now. Arhannis on the move. Holds on. Pentagon goes for the clothesline. Arhannis with the kick. Doubles over Pentagon. Arhannis on the move now. Pentagon. Oh, shit. Oh, man. How brutal was that? See, but AC Green firmly behind Arhannis. Arhannis in this, gasping for air. Remember, that kick was right to the upper trachea, and this chop is going to the same place. Oh! And we talked about it while these chops don't end matches. They certainly make it harder to reach now. And it stings your ego in a big way, brother. There's no doubt about that. There's so much. You have no idea. It takes the wind out of you. We've seen Pentagon use moves like the Fear Factor, as well as this unique is used to injure luchadors.
Ooh, damn. Ooh. It looked like his head hit too. Ooh.
Your thoughts? Well, I was going to say something about that, but I don't think they're supporting the aggressive nature of Pentagon. I think they're fans of Lucha Underground and the level of intensity in the match. I think everyone understands that every victory brings you closer to a championship opportunity. And I believe that our side of that opportunity.
Vital protein collagen for healthy hair, skin, nails, and joints.
Yeah, unfortunately got the side heads on Daily Motion too, which sometimes have audio. I apologize, guys.
What you can do in between the ropes here at Lucha Underground. Pentagon is proving all worth. Don't forget that people are seeing him from day one, and every time we see him, he's at a different level. Let's shout out Josh Barnett, the voice of New Japan World League.
Yeah, that's even a little rough there.
Pentagon off the ropes for a moment. You're not scared of a guy who's got no regard for his own personal safety. There it goes back to the no fear. Exactly. You know what? That's why I will continue to refer to you as my teacher. You're the only one. Well, you can feel the ring starting to tilt in Pentagon's distance. We've seen the best style right before. If there's not enough, Pentagon could have gone for the pin, but we've seen this before. Submission. And now he's going to break his arm. Wow. You can hear the screaming. Arhannis is going to need help. Vamos. Ya viste.
Oh, ad break. Whoop, whoop. Oh, she read posted on the Twitter.
Porque yo estoy preparado. Porque yo soy educado.
That's a Pentagon over, pal. Or Pentagon Jr. over, pal.
You may be a man of 1,000 lives, but Mill will not stop until he has taken all of them. There's only one thing you can do. You must bury.
Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night. Every move.
Yeah, sorry guys, kind of doing some having some urgent conversations behind regarding having some conversations about next week's schedule.
The following Lucha is scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring from Johannesburg, South Africa. Diego.
Well, this is going to luchador that has captured the hearts and imaginations of every fan here at the temple. Man, are you a fan? No. But I agree with you, man. And I see the girls are kind of freaking out over this guy. He does have a nice waistline, but that's not my thing.
And his opponent. Puerto Rico.
You heard me correctly. It'll be Ivelisse. 2 weeks ago, Ivelisse earned a victory over Angelico. Daniel Puello made this match and has appointed a very special guest referee. It'll be interesting to see how this whole thing unfolds. Yeah, well, what's the referee, man? We're all going to find out together. Nobody even told me about that. This is crazy. Hey, you see Ivelisse? Can I point something out real quick? I will confirm the rumors on the internet. In real life, she is very tough in the ring, no doubt about it. But she's also a hottie. I just wanted to point that out. That was a rumor. Well, they asked for confirmation and I confirmed it. Ivelisse likes to call herself the baddest bitch in the building, and alliteration aside, I'm not going to argue. Firecracker. And I've said it before, look, we can beat you over the head by telling you about gender equality and women's lib, or even just watch the madness of the underground brings you the best competition regardless.
Vital proteins, health, and peptides for healthy hair, skin, nails, and joints.
Whoop, whoop. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, next week is super, super loaded. So, yeah. Just trying to get the channel usage sorted out.
This has to bode well for Ivelisse if she's in an amorous relationship with the official. There's a little bit of heat to keep in mind. A couple of weeks ago, Son had assisted Ivelisse in a victory over him. Yeah, and I just saw a little bit of flirtation going on. So maybe this isn't true. And I go world renowned, former tag team champions with my boy Jack Evans over in AAA. Shout out to Jack. Here we go. I don't know if I'd be able to control my temper about some. I don't know how would I be able to do this. There we go. Ooh. Ivelisse left none of it. Here we go. Ooh. Hey, second here, the Lucha Libre skills of Ivelisse display. I mean, gender aside, breaking down the matchup, and Helico very tall, very long, Ivelisse small and compact. You go. Helico on the move. There, using the ropes.
Okay, sorry, guys. More decent match so far.
How do you think how he feels right now? What do you think's going through his mind? He's just doing his job, creating space, allowing his girl to do that. I don't know, man. But what I do know is that fans are on their feet once again. It looks like the referee showing a little favoritism there. Oh, jeez. You knew it had to come at some point. Now let's see what Angelico is made of. And the fans are definitely speaking their minds. It's pretty available. Ivelisse is holding our midsection and sits to fall on. He's calling for it, man. You know what comes next. Here. Oh, nobody home from the jury team. Oh, wait a minute, going for maybe a knee bar there, but Angelico way too tall and still way too strong, blocking. Ivelisse has an extensive MMA background. Ivelisse's shoulders are down as well. Kick. Ivelisse now. Trying some offense here. Where's that? What is it doing? If my girl was in this position, I'm also sure I'd enjoy it. I think if Angelico was trying to get there, on his feet, fixing the bead. Yep, he's handsome.
Oh, ad skip time. Yo, what's up, Nelson? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop. Hope you're having a great Sunday night, pal. Always a pleasure. Yeet, yeet. Oh, shit, gotta do another ad skip. Time to fight. Yes, it's probably about time to fight. Fire up another one, pal.
Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, there you go. Lisa takes it over for a DDT, and Helico puts her down, switches the arms to take it off for a vertical suplex here, holding, stalling, all the blood rushing to Lisa's head. Oh, great reverse into a choke. That is a choke. Lisa has a choke. Oh. You can see the placement of Lisa's forearm and rib. You can see Helico turning red. Caressing Lisa. Hold that for me, man. He is caressing her lower reverse abdomen back. Lisa gets slaps and kicks to Angelico. That was a smart kick. It almost looks like he feels bad about it. Well, he did just kick her in the face. But the match rolls on. Angelico picks up Lisa from off the mat. This is not good. On here. Edge. Oh, wait. Here you go. This is Angelico's finishing move in Mexico. He was able to save Lisa. What is he doing? He's killing. Shoulders down. Is this enough? Oh, they have shades of Rey Mysterio and psychosis right there, no? Definitely. Same size, same hair, same body. What? Son of Havoc.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Still working with some, trying to get the schedule for the weekend. Or trying to talk about the schedule for the weekend.
Son of Havoc in a compromised position here. Get off my girl. Albeit unique, and Helico is victorious. Son of Havoc in a compromised position, and the look on Helico's face tells more than any story you or I could possibly disseminate. Yeah, he's messing with Havoc's head. This doesn't look. I think we believe thought that this match was a lock. Nothing is a lock here in Lucha Underground. Speaking of locks, Johnny Muto and Peter will be locked inside a steel cage. The Hunter and the Hunted face off in our main event tonight.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, sir. Evolution is it's a week from tonight. A week from tonight, pal.
Must come to an end. Next week, I will have Phoenix send you back to the darkness that you came from. In a match that will have grave consequences. He will put you in a call close to it. And you will be that scared boy.
All right, we welcome the believers back into the temple of Lucha Underground. There is cold steel surrounding the ring, but they feel that may not be enough to contain Johnny Mundo and King Cuerno. But King Cuerno, he's on the hunt for a much bigger star, looking for somebody from Hollywood, California. Johnny Mundo. Tonight is the night, Matt. Oh, I know Johnny a long time, and it's safe to say Johnny has never faced an opponent this calculating, this deep and evil as King Cuerno. Crazy. How that will affect Mundo's psyche, we'll find out. Huge main event for the first time.
The finally Lucha is the cage match.
Oh, cage match time, pal. It's the main event. Johnny Mundo, King Cuerno. All right, while we're doing the entrances, I'm going to take a quick piss break. Be right back. Whoop, whoop. Sorry about that. We're back. Whoop, whoop. The lizard is drained, pal. I drained my mystery iguana. Whoop, whoop.
I've been in a lot of these matches, and it's almost the reason why I can say that I'm no longer competing because I've been left blind and
His opponent from Los Angeles, California, Johnny
throughout the duration of this rivalry, King Cuerno has focused his attack on Johnny Mundo's left leg as well as Johnny's step. But there you see Johnny Mundo, the legitimate rock star here in Lucha Underground. The day, don't let Johnny's quote-unquote pretty face fool you. This is a tough son of a bitch, now. There's no doubt about it. He's proved it over and over and over again. With that hardcore jumping off the roof, jumping through windows. You know, he's coming in with a hurt knee, which is not good, but he's motivated to show the fans in the world that he's back and he's in business and he is not running from anybody. We've seen Johnny Mundo's hardcore style. Johnny likes to use his environment as part of his offense. You can only imagine what Johnny will think of inside this Coliseum, this steel cage. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, Steel Cage, Lucha Underground, our main event, King Cuerno and Johnny Mundo. It's coming up right
And get me Pokemon piss, pal. When as long as they let AAA be what AAA is and just put their promotional and production and marketing machine behind it, AAA could be, like for example, like you just said, or like Mr. Iguana just said, $50K to $5 million. That's insane. Like that is absolutely insane.
You think of names like Stupid and Morocco, Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer, Flair and Race, Taker and Mundo and Cuerno to the list. Real estate. Okay, there you go. Normally, both of these luchadors like to use the ropes and the ring apron. That is now.
Getting here, Flo and Average shirts. Getting here, Flo and Duluth 3 Shooter shirts.
We got ad skip.
Somewhat negated by the steel cage. I think that this is not going to be in Johnny's favor because, he relies on the building, that parkour. Here it's kind of cut off from all of that. You know what I'm saying? The area is smaller with both these men relying on speed. We wonder how that will impact this rivalry. Johnny with the reversal. Cuerno back his hard. Johnny hit down. Cuerno seems to be over here. This is where it comes into play. Wow. Well, hey, take off what I said. Cover. Pinfalls are legal here. And quick two. Cuerno telling the ref again. Telling the commentator, slow this count down, boss. But you know what's cool about Cuerno? Even when he gets a beating, he doesn't lose control and panic. You notice that? Smart. Wow, through again. The movement of these two luchadors, which is normally a benefit for them, maybe a detriment. Yes. Lucha, I want to start cheering, dog.
Lucha.
You have to respect the psychology of a man that heartless. There's something so calculating, something so almost macabre, evil, if you will, in a man that hunts, one that likes to trap and prey and kill. Okay, and what about the prey who doesn't want to back down? Would that be sticking it in the hunter's face saying, all right, you asked for it, you got it. Now what? He makes you get the outset that Johnny Mundo has never faced an opponent as calculating and vicious as King Cuerno. Johnny Mundo's going to have to dig deep and find an ugly side. Fire makes carry now, but the prelude to the thrill of the hunt. No, Cuerno setting Mundo up. Remember, climbing over the cage is victory, but Cuerno wants to prove a point. Get out of the stage. Oh, fall down, down. Gordon on the outside, senior official Marty Elias on the inside. Two officials assigned to this match based on the severity. It's like a tennis match here, man. 1 minute it's Cuerno, 1 minute it's Mundo. The fans are into the action. So match rolls on. We'll pay attention to Johnny's left leg as well as his neck to see if Johnny's 100%. Ooh, not that certain. No, that's not hurt, man. This is where the cage comes into play. No room between the ropes and the apron. Cuerno, smart, starting to go to that injured leg. Remembering the beating he gave that knee, man. All of us, I'm sure, remember growing up. For those of you youngsters out there, there's fences all around our playgrounds that are designed to keep predators out and to keep the children in. Oh, there you go. That's not good, man. When you start using like a cheese grater, your face doesn't come out. Johnny better watch out if you want to be Johnny Pretty Boy. Such words.
Good match so far.
Normally, when we see Mundo and Cuerno, their matches are fast-paced. This match here is deliberate, very slow. Why? Because it's kicking his ass, brother. Great insight. You think? So, brother, when you get in the fight, you're going to beat someone up. There's no doubt about it. And there needs to be a finale. Now, Cuerno going for the escape. It's Cuerno that started this rivalry by hunting Johnny Mundo weeks ago. Everybody better be careful because he slips under his ropes, that knee will blow right up. Ooh, both of these men comfortable up top. Hear the chains right here. Oh, what did I tell you? Did you see that? Yes, sir. I mean, it's crazy. You know what's so cool about the fans on the temple? What? They're like a sound effect machine, dog. Just like Puerto Rico. Holding his sternum as well. Ronnie checking on his opponent, looking for space, trying to find an offense there. There's that hardcore ability of Johnny Mundo. If you notice the ropes are, your movement's limited, you can't really use the bars to your advantage anymore. Johnny. So looking for the leg shot. Ronnie is down two. Lucha rolls on. Here's how close Johnny stays to his opponent. Given this environment, there is nowhere to run. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, brother. If the cage wasn't there, Cuerno would have been sent to the floor. It's almost a blessing. Hey, man, you know that Johnny asked for this match. You know that? You think he fell into Cuerno's trap? That might be the deal, brother. I agree with the fans fully. Sunday, they're saying. Saturday, actually. Both of these luchadors understand that a victory here. Is this enough? No. Both luchadors understand that a victory here, yes, it's for pride, but it also vaults you one step closer to the Lucha Underground Championship. That's what all of these matches have in common. Well, they put them in there. It's good enough to be Cuerno. Then I am watching you stare intensely. Something's telling me that you're feeling the cage match tonight. Almost like you want to get back in there, brother. Hey, as much flack as I receive, I'm still a fan first, so I'm enjoying it along with the rest of you. And speaking of a fan of this type of aggression, I'm sure somewhere Dario Cueto is looking at Sean smile on his face. Ooh. That was out for blood, brother. Using the environment to his advantage. Smart. Oh, yes. Well, pin him, dude. Stop, crazy. And you'll notice all the covers Johnny goes for. There's something in Johnny that wants to go for the win here, but at some point, you have to believe the animosity may take over. This is so dope. The fans are on their feet for everything. This is just awesome. How tall is Johnny? Johnny Mundo probably goes about 6'2", maybe 6'3". Part of this, you got what he's doing. I don't know too many people that can do what Johnny can do. Johnny going for the escape now. 1 foot on the ring hook. Cuerno holding on to the foot. Johnny realizes that the fight still goes on. Ooh, straight getting that left leg. Time is going on. It's got to be taking its toll. People don't realize how much. Oh boy. More Bob perhaps coming up. Looks like a wounded animal. This might be awesome, but Johnny's paying the price. How bad does he want this victory, man? The past few weeks we've given you nights of unusual matches. No reason that tonight should be different. Listen to the believers. This is what I love about Cuerno. He uses his corner, and his trophy is, I don't know if he gets some kind of motivation, but brother, he is not feeling it like Johnny is. Johnny's up, bro. Cuerno now contemplating his next move. Climb out, and immortality may be yours, Cuerno. See what the faithful are behind the hunter. Johnny Mundo for the last-ditch effort to save this match, but Cuerno closing the distance here, using his height that he brought up earlier, man. Yeah. All Cuerno needs to do is jump down and Johnny will. Johnny is Cuerno by the nuts. Nuts. All Cuerno had to do was fall to the ground.
Whoop, whoop.
Brother. The honor of the
Whoop, whoop.
Lucha Libre is well known. It carries over here to Lucha Underground. I think that's probably the most most sacred trophy there is in wrestling. And a short left hand. Both men come crashing down to the forest floor. Definitely the most sacred trophy ever in Lucha Libre. No doubt about that, man. The both men flat on their stomachs. Whoever rises first, bam, you have to believe enjoys a unique advantage here. We've said this many times between these two. They're going on feelings, man. The pace of this match has been a lot more deliberate than we're used to with these two luchadors. But the violence has been how the luchador can get to his feet first. Referee Marty Elias understands the rivalry.
No, ad break. Skip ad. Another one.
Referee allows this match to roll. The same place we started at, punch for punch. It's almost like a Muay Thai fight. Who can hit harder, who can take the hardest hit. Johnny loves this. Johnny switches from punches to forearms, and we have the advantages for Mundo. Mundo to one side, into the other. Mundo switches it up, now Mundo in. Oh, they've turned it up. That recoil just bounces your head back. Oh! He's trying to take Johnny's head off. No doubt about it. So we luchadors grab each other from behind the neck. It gives you much more control. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, you feel that? We're using Mundo's speed against him. These guys have turned it up. As this match deteriorates into a slugfest, to whom does the advantage go? It goes to the fans, man, who are seeing the action, but in the ring, I'm going to stick with them. Why? Because of Johnny's injury. And because of animal cage, obviously, a hunter will always be 1 foot ahead of the prey. Good point. Johnny Mundo flat on his back, Cuerno on his side. Johnny stirring now. Notice how both luchadors instinctively keep their shoulders off the mat. Cuerno is they have cracked ribs there. Yeah, I see that. You see, I was holding his ribs. Hard to breathe, man. He's got that mask on. You know this has got to be taking his toll. There's no doubt about it, man. Johnny Mundo now. Looking for reprieve, looking for freedom. But Johnny's going to the rough of that corner where he's at, man. That might not be a good thing. You imagine falling on that? Again, it gets so perilous up here. Normal match is dangerous. And the cage element. That cage is moving, man. These guys are going to bust this cage. P-Blood, King Cuerno. This became a fan all over again. Hit him again. Yeah, baby. I love that, man. I think he heard you, man. Oh. Oh. That's not good. Oh. Victory seems to be in the clutches of Johnny Mundo. All he needs to do is put both feet over and touch the floor. Johnny Mundo is going to win this match and win this rivalry. Wait, what's going on? What the hell is he doing? Oh, Johnny's not going for the win. Johnny lost the fight. He's going for the kill. Oh!
Johnny Mundo over, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Mundo is one step closer to the Lucha Underground Championship. No doubt about it, Cuerno. Holy shit, is right. Quino learn something when you hunt the lion. You can throw his bread. Yes. Johnny Mundo. The future is bright for Johnny Mundo. What lies ahead for King Cuerno remains to be seen. From the hero, striker, from the temple here at Lucha Underground. Speaking to everybody.
Let's move on to episode 19, pal. Gotta do a little bit of hang on, sorry. It's got some oof. Not planning on this. Actually, we can do boom. There we go. There you go. Same channel, Wolf Vision Wrestling on Daily Motion, pal. They got the same ads as well. All right, here we go. Here we go. Episode 19, pal.
She wants revenge. Congratulations. As much as I have enjoyed this fight, I just want more. You're gonna let you match each other until one of you wins 2 more matches. The winner will end unique opportunity.
You may be a man of 1,000 lives, but Mill will not stop until he has taken all of them.
Here is mortality. Black Liner, Mill Flirtation is victorious.
All things must come to an end. I will have Phoenix send you back to the darkness that you came from in a match that will have grave consequences.
We are here in the temple in Boyle Heights once again. What a crazy night! And I would like to say, one more time. Lucha!
Holy Lucha is the third match in a best-of-5 series. Ramos All-Star.
Well, we've come to know and respect the skills of this luchador here, and after an incredible singles match against Drago, it impressed Dario Cueto so much that Dario had a plan. It took a second incredible contest between these two for Dario Cueto to Dario promised the winner a unique opportunity, and Bev, as we come to learn from our owner Dario Cueto, these unique opportunities change careers here in Lucha Underground. Everybody's here to make a name for himself, and Aerostar definitely has done that real quick.
His opponent, also currently with one victory, from El Inframundo, Drago.
Every time I hear the word Inframundo, I get excited because that means the dark side. That means the underbelly of the smut that is on the streets of Los Angeles.
Whoop, whoop. Give me Drago, pal.
You agree or do you not agree? Absolutely, I've gone on record to say that Drago is one of my favorite luchadors here in Lucha Underground. And like I told you at the beginning of this, it was almost like the classico. Each other, and time goes on. This series, it is definitely one over the fans, one over the TV. The TV, I think, still got about that. Third match in the best of 5 series, a pivotal match. Referee Rick Knox with the arm held high, ringing the bell. Here we go.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. My attention is a little bit diverted because of the recent Epstein list news, and I am extremely furious about it. Like, let's just say things need to happen in this country that would make even Napoleon Bonaparte in the middle of French Revolution be like, damn, bro, y'all need to chill.
Blackmail everybody. He hasn't gotten the knee yet. I don't know what your deal is, but hey, everybody's got a price. Drago now with the modified Indian Death Up to see Aerostar trying to creep to the ropes. Drago rolling over. Aerostar realizes where he is. The ropes. Stay on Rich. There's the reprieve there. Once Aerostar back to the ropes, referee's forced to make it. This security from Marco Antonio Barrera when he was fighting. You know, he'd fight 2 or 3 times. You know, Tapia, Morales. You know, those were wars. I think they're on the same path here. It's okay to say this is certainly going to be classic. These two luchadors will certainly vault their status. Title contender. Greatly done there by Aerostar into a pinning combination into the knockout. You know what freaks me out about Aerostar, and I say this with respect, quoting Matt Striker. Every time this kid comes to ring, he brings 1 or 2 things new. Every single time he's got a new move. Aerostar in the goal, Drago in the blue. Go on the move, Aerostar up and over, creating space like Trip there. See Aerostar holding his left log, perhaps his knee. We'll keep an eye on that as the match rolls on. Of course, speed, certainly a great asset to slam down to the mat, hard by Drago. Shoulders are down. Or Lucha. And it's great to see that the fans here are on the edge. They're getting into it. This is one of those matches that deserves respect, and the fans are certainly demonstrating that. Only here in Lucha Underground, the fans support the product. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Not only do the fans have the respect, but these two luchadors respect one another as well. That's why it's going to come down to counter wrestling opportunity. As Aerostar takes advantage of circumstance right there. Van, you've had storied wars against opponents that you've had multiple matches with. After 2-3 times, what starts to happen? It's almost like a calm before the storm. You know what you're going to get into. If you know the pain we're here, you know the pain, you know the excruciating mental process you got to go through before you get in there. You in a way.
Whoop, whoop.
Watch footage of your opponents before you got to ring with them. You know what? Interesting question. I've never done that. I've just kind of tried to go off the energy of the fans, but everybody's different, bro. Oh, that was crazy. We talked about it many times here in Lucha Underground as the ring begins to until momentum begins to favor whichever luchador can rise to their feet first. You can feel the tension. I've said it before, man. It's like a Muay Thai match. You know, those kicks, they're all going to the wrist, but it's who can take the hardest punch and go fast. Drago up first to Aerostar with the counter drop toe hold into the ropes. Drago has his eyes on Aerostar. Aerostar realizes that, goes into what seems to be a defensive position, creates offense from it. Aerostar now using the
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards because we printed them for millions of small businesses over the past 25 years. But we also print signs, stickers, shirts, and more. If you need it, we print it. Print it all with 20% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
You're navigating and incomplete data. And remain
Oh shit, ad skip.
in decision.
So important. The winner takes the lead in the series. Is the momentum going forward? They're pulling all stops out the door. Psychological advantage to win that unique opportunity. It looks like that. Aerostar called that move La Movida. And of course, a count-out victory would serve just as well, but Aerostar Drago way too much pride. Both men make their way back into the ring. Aerostar on the move. Aerostar now on the board. Drago has position. Man, you got these guys tomorrow are going to be hurt. Is it really worth that opportunity? Well, yeah, we've seen what Dario presents to his luchadors. So of course, it's what DDT. Yeah, shoulders are down. It's not a deep cover there. Sometimes Dario, you know, his opportunities comes with a twist, man. Star puts position and placement of the hand. Some type of stick. No, not enough. Sometimes you get lost in the action, but the way these luchadors pivot their hips and their shoulders, it just takes an instant for the offense to change. Bates Drago and Drago now onto the apron. Lock, slap. Now Aerostar checks his position. Just to find a better position, but Drago takes advantage. Dip in, dip out. And it comes that these two are learning each other so much. For Drago. Damn, brother. That's for brutal. You talk about the price that these luchadors will pay. It's evident right there. Giving that third degree fire again, man. He just got stumped. He's calling for it. Drago rolling it out of the way, as you can see it once again. Both luchadors are down. Star now shoves Drago, tries to create space. Drago hung out there like a spider in the web. Star fell for the bait. Oh. He's feeling it. Breathing Drago. That's momentum on his side. How cool is that? The fans are just saying it like it is. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. No matter where you go now in the world, not just North America.
Whoop whoop. Bearcats in the house. Yeet yeet.
Gotta be taking his toll, man. These guys are falling on their heads, their backs, getting their knees blown out. This is nuts. Speaking of nuts, there, taking advantage. Lower after the game. Upper thigh. Now Drago setting up what looks like it may be a pile driver or a power bomb, but then again with Drago, we never know. Running shit power bomb there, but Drago doesn't have enough to go for the cover just yet. Because you know very well. But he's not going to disappoint the fans, dude. Drago climbing high here. Oh, man. Star's resiliency to be able to come up from that power bomb tells you a lot. What the hell is he doing? Very far away here, but we've seen that doesn't matter. It's Aerostar's unique offense there. Going around the corner, we can simply go across the street. And now Aerostar poised to take perhaps the lead in this top 5 series. Over here, now with that victory, Aerostar needs one more win in the best of 5 series to earn Dario Cueto's new unique opportunity. These two have earned the respect of one another. They've earned the respect and attention of our owner, Dario Cueto. And now, what's been customary in the last 2 matches with these two is this nice show of respect, this handshake. Will we see it again? Mutual respect for both.
Whoop, whoop.
No one's at stake. Drago now has a huge task ahead of him, whereas Aerostar needs only one more win. But then we're not done, not at all. There is still a massive main event to come. Great Consequences is tonight, and the only way to win is to put your opponent in the coffin and expose the lid, maybe forever. That's right, it'll be Phoenix versus Mil Muertes. Great Consequences tonight.
Chess is like war. Each move each counter, each attack. They're all just different chapters in the play of combat. See, life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster. The key to victory in this fight, in this lucha, is to put oneself in the perfect position. Protect and play the king. Because sooner or later, the one who wins is the one that believes he can. ¿Me entiendes? You understand?
What Age has just done is absolutely disgraceful. It will be helpful. Still to come. Big Rig gets what he wants. The crew in the ring. 3-on-1 elimination match is next.
The following Lucha is no disqualification 3-on-1 elimination match. Currently in the ring from the streets, the crew.
Mr. Cisco.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, ad break, pal.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Left a wake of destruction here, taking out Pimpinella Escalante, Mascarita Sagrada, as well as Big Rick's right eye tonight. Big Rick gets revenge, and Big Rick earned this match in a very
Angels.
Listen,
Big Rick, pal. Oh yeah, he's got his handicap match.
Big Rick, he's quoting the book of Exodus. He's a very pious man. He said an eye for an eye. And tonight, Big Rick has revenge in this 3-on-1 elimination match. Now, real quick, the ways to eliminate your opponent. Pinfall, submission, referee stoppage, or count. There's no disqualifications here. Whose hand did that play into? Who has a favorite? Is it very pious man? No, he's a These four men all know each other very well. They used to run together. The Big Rick was once the leader of the crew, the de facto leader, if you will. But Big Rick told the crew when Big Rick was going to pursue the Lucha Underground title, stay out of my way. The crew felt disrespected. They felt distant in public. And thus the turn, and now this. Hey, man. It's a prison fight, brother. This 3-on-1 is not going to bode well for Big Rick, and it's wise to get the big man down. You see how they did that? They went straight for the ankles, just like in Wigan, England, brother. Why not? Took the tree down. It is what it is. And you know what Big Rick is powerful is on his back. It's not in his favor, man. Although when he explodes like a volcano, as we saw 2 weeks ago, he threw those boys across the ring. Each member of the crew bring a significant aspect. There you see Cortez Castro, many say the best wrestler from the crew. Uh-oh. Wow. They like to call this the treatment. They're giving Big Rick the treatment. There was Mr. Cisco. Here comes Bale right there. Some say Bale is the most aggressive, yet it was Mr. Cisco. There's speculation that Mr. Cisco had to earn a strength fight here there. You know how it is.
Whoop whoop.
What did I tell you? Get him mad. Pay the price. Big Rick back. Cueto forced these two in because Sexy wanted a piece of the crew as well. Big Rick did the honorable thing. He gained the victory with actually, let's say, hurting Sexy Star. There's some respect there. But the crew came out. They attacked Sexy Star. They attacked Big Rick. Equal opportunity ass kickers are the crew. And the no disqualification comes into play here as Bale has himself a chair. Bale strategically placing the metal chair in the corner. Seems to be the side that the crew. Oh, it's going to so much good right there. Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I just read the news about the Epstein list and the FBI and the Department of Justice's investigation and conclusion on it, and I'm about ready to fucking snap and lose it. Like, I'm legit about ready to fucking snap and lose it. I got a social media post right now about ready to go saying, the angry and vengeful part of me wants to see some Sodom and Gomorrah shit happen to Washington, D.C. right the fuck now. But let's see some Sodom and Gomorrah happening in the ring here with Rick taking on the crew, pal. But their, of course, numbers game catches up to him.
The believers are enjoying it. I guess we put smiles on people's faces here at Lucha Underground. on a second here. Wicked stick. Uses the clothesline cover.
Castro has been eliminated.
If you were Mr. Cisco, what would be going through your mind? Rick knows that it's Cisco that did the deed, that Cisco burned Rick's eye. Cisco knows that Rick knows that Cisco did. And he's telling him, you messed up, son. Today. Look at this. Look who's blocking his back. There's Sexy Star who keep being with the crew as well. Oh, there you go. Sexy Star. Fighting for the honor of her friend. That was international. Has the hand held high. Could this be? Oh! Big Rick has talked about burning with a cigar.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, like a snake block. The looks of it, Mr. Cisco is wearing the wounds of war. That eye right out the socket. Break his nose too. Break everything. Cisco is busted straight up right off.
And Big Rick wins, and Sexy Star on the outside cheering him on. Wait, what, pal?
Some like it hot. You like it extra crispy. Got the fridge door. You've earned emos. Some like it hot. You like it extra crispy.
The local ads too. Nice. Whoop, whoop. Give me some emos, pal. Emos are so tasty.
Contender for the Lucha Championship. The machine we call Cage has got his match. But our champion, Prince Puma, has requested, no, he has demanded that there will be a Boyle Heights street fight match, and he has got it. It's all coming, but right now, it's free consequences.
The following Lucha is great. The only way to win is to put your opponent in the coffin and plan it shut.
You see the ominous sight of the funerary box, the coffin, if you will. One of these luchadors must be stuffed inside and incapacitated to the point that they cannot push that top open. This, of course, representative of the Day of the Dead. I'm sure you have some knowledge about that. Yes, I definitely do.
Woo, woo. Give me Day of the Dead, pal.
This happens on the second day of November. This could be used for two things. Usually, this is used by families that pay respect to family members who have departed, and this is their way if they go and they dress like that and they go to the cemetery and they have a picnic on the grave so the family members can come back in their spirit form. Or if you practice witchcraft, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah, but letting you guys know, yeah, we are keeping the party going after this episode airs. Twitch.tv/LG Brandon. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, pal.
Either way, this is an eerie sight in the temple. These symbols of death, perhaps a sign of things to come, foreshadowing for either Phoenix or Mil Muertes. That's one of these men will be put inside the coffin we see at ringside.
Introducing first from beyond
Coffin match, pal. Or casket match, I should say.
Muertes, who's been a coaching soul over the past few weeks, walks with conviction, a very serious tone on the man of 1,000 deaths. The thing that I'm freaking out about right now, and I like so much, is Mil Muertes has come to the ring with that sacred rock. He was almost holding it like a heart to be torn somebody's chest. Mil Muertes versus Phoenix. Grave consequences coming our way next on Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground, this grave consequences already in the ring, the man of 1,000 deaths, Mil Muertes.
his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, the man of 1,000 lives.
The man of 1,000 lives, Phoenix. And there seems to be this common denominator here. One thing that unites all of us, rich, poor, man, woman, or child, it's death. We are all equal in our mortality. There you see Katrina. Leon is sending here. Katrina's gone with Phoenix. Katrina has longly been associated with Mil Muertes, but now seems to be aligned with Phoenix. And here we go. Oh, shit. The spring is upon us. It always means rebirth and life, but tonight it may be
Whoop, whoop.
It means business. This is his deal. This is what he wants to be, as close to death as possible. Of course, you have to believe that this type of match plays into Mil Muertes' favor. Need to be very brutal. Neil will enjoy a power advantage. Phoenix needs to use his speed and high flying ability. Wow, for Mil Muertes now. Mil Muertes has an advantage. He's beaten Phoenix twice. I think the advantage is more so that Neil is familiar with death. But Neil has always used the psychology of death against his opponents. And there you see Phoenix moving the coffin away to create space here. Oh. Phoenix owns a victory over the previously undefeated Mil Muertes. Let me tell you something, man. Being involved in vampire cults almost all my life, this is something that messes with your psyche. You go on the dark side, you're not okay. You get sick mentally. It's a hard road to get out of. You know what I mean? Phoenix on the road. Phoenix flew. You see how he went over? It was like a unified body getting thrown off the side of the ship. Something's different here in Phoenix. He's dressed in black for the first time. Maybe he's trying to get a little bit of an advantage being on the dark side, maybe. He just got that smacked out of him. He seems to be very, very comfortable with some things here. So keep in mind the position of that box. You have to stuff your opponent in. Now you have to get the box right side up. Floral arrangement there for Phoenix. I don't think either of these guys will be sitting shiver or going to awake after this. If you get that, good for you. I gotta admit, this is my favorite kind of match. I'm more of a fan than anything else right now, but I certainly do not want to be in Phoenix's shoes. There you go, middle wise to turn the box over, dragging it. Phoenix and his newfound relationship with Katrina. Phoenix is calling for it. Bird of prey, dressed in black. Telling you I'm coming, baby. Creating the distance. Jeez, you know, using his elements. Stands upon the coffin. You gotta remember he is buried alive. This is nothing new to him. He likes this. You gotta remember this is what he's most familiar with.
Whoop, whoop.
Origin. Oh man, he's ripping his hair. Grabbing Phoenix by the sacred mask. We discussed what the masks mean to to the luchadors here in Lucha Underground. You know what? He's going to tear Phoenix's head off. And then there's a lot of dishonor there. No, it's a huge dishonor. But at the same time, you know, you're almost turning it solo. You'll notice there's no official in the ring. The officials are only present to ensure that the coffin is sealed. Well, this definitely gives Neil on a night that was a theme of brutality. He's going to nail that turnbuckle piece there. She's going to bust his head open. Again, no more gets tore Phoenix's mask to expose Phoenix's head. Bill knows exactly what his doing is now. Neil is going to make a death of his own. Phoenix is busted.
Whoop whoop.
Hi. You like it?
Yeah, let's get, pal. And now we're back. Whoop whoop.
There's a theme going on tonight. We've seen it with Big Rick. We've seen it with Bill Workdays and Phoenix. Oh, man, I hate to say it, but I really want to see him hit him again. I'm digging this so much. His face almost fully exposed. This is so personal. He wants to kill this kid. Like a shot. Smells blood is going in for the kill. Uh-oh. You're giving concrete steps. These two rise. Forget about the ring. This is way forward. This is going to another level of violence, Matt. Another level of brutality here in the temple. Phoenix is definitely in over his head. Bitten off way more than he can chew. Don't knock on death's door. You never know what's going to answer. These two are the temple. He's going to kill him. He's going to choke him off. Perhaps Neil at the altar telling the believers to believe. Look at the concern up and treat his face. No. Phoenix struggling. Phoenix knows what his fate is if Neil can use his power.
Whoop whoop. Nice, Sonic. Good to hear, pal. Yeah, a good relaxing night.
Stay with you if we lose transmission. We apologize. Here we go. We're back now. Matt, we are covered in blood. The table's busted. And they go back to the all-time point of this match. Meanwhile, it's dragging the coffin into the ring, right onto the Aztec seal. Blood all over our announce position. Monitors busted. This is crazy. And for everything Phoenix has earned here in the temple, for everything Phoenix has done, is this worth the price? Well, I don't know. You got brainwashed by the beauty. Right, Phoenix now. Phoenix is going him so many times, rising from the ashes. He busted the coffin. He busted it. Insane. The fans are certainly saying it for us. You. This is insanity. Lucha Underground continues to push the envelope each and every week. What else are you going to see next? Felix is tempted death, and death has come for him full force tonight. He has definitely paid the price for knocking on the Raw door. He will always rise from whatever people. Convulsions. That's how he beat him 2 weeks ago. Attempted to open the coffin here. They just wanted to beat the tar out of one another, especially the heel. Looks great. Katrina is just enthralled. Well, the Katrina may be what's fueling Mill's brutality here. Mill is just obsessed, possessed with destroying Phoenix. Forget about it, man. This is insane. I've never been sitting in a pool of blood. Where are they going? Where they go? We got cameras to follow them there. Where they go? We'll do our best to get a camera crew to follow them there. You go, wow, they're back in the crowd. Literally. This isn't a nice refined arena. There's a lot of jagged edges and just dirt. This young man's health, his safety, and the future of his career. The people are running for their lives. Look at their faces. Look at this. Wow, Mill is tearing the arena apart, piece by piece. What you got when you get to the top. This is insanity, brutality. This fight has been all. Phoenix is filthy, he's been broken, but he's still on his feet. See what you want about this kid. Phoenix has earned the respect of the believers here. And now, perhaps the ultimate sacrifice for Phoenix.
This is a good match, pal. Whoop whoop. And to give you guys a heads up, this night is not over. As soon as we are done with this show, we are continuing on twitch.tv/LG Brandon. Whoop whoop. I think we'll be doing some Sega Genesis tonight. We're doing a lot of Super Nintendo. Kind of cut it back to Sega. Whoop whoop. No, in a weird way, like some of the no selling and when it comes to some of the moves in Lucha Underground, they found a way to make it make sense. Like with the way they developed the characters and the stories they're telling, like yeah, they found a way to make it make sense, which is kind of cool, you know. But they're the only ones who could pull that, who could have pulled that off.
Or talking to an attorney to make sure it's done right.
I'm a legal Zoom network attorney. I hear you have a landlord issue. That may be what's running through the bloody mind of the field. Damn! Wow! That's I don't know what to do. Mil Muertes' path of rage has been littered with bodies for months here at Lucha Underground. Blood, broken bones, feelings, the roses of Muertes. Katrina is just like right in the middle of this, and Katrina enjoys this, so it seems. Oh, oh my God! Remember the relationship between Neil and Katrina? And Neil seems to have remorse. She Phoenix takes advantage. Neil showed a modicum of emotion. Phoenix took advantage. And still, throughout all of this, the coffin has not been opened yet. Now Phoenix trying to muster the strength. Neil does not want Phoenix to get back in the ring. Neil understands that the ring benefits Phoenix, whereas the outside benefits Neil. Neil knows that. Man, death will find you anywhere. In your dreams.
Whoop, whoop.
Standing. This is sick. Oh, no way. No way. Well, who the hell is she trying to help? Something you never see during your living years, perhaps.
Base after another little smoky toky. Whoop, whoop.
Katrina will not. All the stone. Like a stone from where
Oh, wow. So Katrina closes the coffin on Mil Muertes and sides with Phoenix, pal. Whoop, whoop. Give me the procession of death, pal. Yeet, yeet. And we pack this bull real quick. Oh, so this is where they kill off Mil Muertes. Okay, I kind of get that. All right, good show tonight, pal. And let's sign this off with a little smoky toky. Whoop whoop. Oh, yeah, that's true. She did do that. I forgot about that. So yeah, the next thing we pick up on with Lucha Underground on HMG After Dark, it will be episode 20, pal. Sorry, getting this bowl packed. Basically, give the seal of approval on the show, pal. Yeet, yeet. Yeah, pal. Let's turn the fan on. Get some smoky toky time going. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I got some great news earlier this week too. That my car that's been in the shop almost 3 weeks now, I should finally be getting back this week. And I finally get back to work, which means with all the time I missed, I'll be working 50, 60-hour weeks for the rest of the month. But finishing those days out and coming on be the night DJ for HMG. You know what? It makes it all worth it, pal. And we're keeping the night going. We're keeping the party going, even though it's a Sunday night, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. Yeet, yeet. In about 10, 15 minutes, we're going to keep it going over on twitch.tv/LG Brandon. Whoop, whoop. Doing some Sega Genesis. We spent a lot of time on Super Nintendo. We're going to go to Sega Genesis, doing some round robin on that. But as far as for the HMG schedule goes, this week we got I'll give you as much as that I know is confirmed for this week. So tomorrow we got the Monday Locker Room Raw Watch Along, Impact Attack, and then Tuesday we got We Like It Raw, and then the A Show, and then as soon as the A Show is over, we're gonna do a late start NXT Watch Along, and then Wednesday we got the NXT Watch Along, Wednesday Locker Room, and then AEW Dynamite Watch Along and Belt Count Thursday. We got I think the Friday Locker Room potentially. I think it has been airing I think like the last month, but I'm not sure how concrete it is. Like I personally just can't comment on that, but possibility for it. And then of course Thursday we got the Impact Watch Along and Belt Count Friday Locker Room if it does not air on Thursday. And then the SmackDown Watch Along Impact. The SmackDown Watch Along. And then Saturday, we got Smack Attack. Well, actually, yeah, that's where it gets kind of muddy, because Smack Attack might end up being like its own thing that's merged with the Saturday Night's Main Event Watch Along, which will be hosted by RBV on Saturday. But again, we will see. Yeah, that's where I can't really comment any further beyond that because I personally don't know the schedule, so I'm not going to say anything. And yeah. Hey, anytime, Sonic, man, it's always a pleasure doing these shows, hanging out with you, hanging out with the rest of the Bearcats, the rest of the HMG fam, whoop whoop. But again, about 10, 15 minutes, the party continues. Twitch.tv/LG Brandon, whoop whoop. We're going to be doing some Sega Genesis round robin playing. Hope to see you there, pal. And if we don't, hope to catch you on one of the other shows. Much love. Yeet, yeet. Take care, y'all.